care what they say.
I love you anyway.
I love you anyway. You're my best friend. I put that on 10. The one I want and the one I need. I'ma ride to the end.
Till the end.
They don't understand.
It's you and I. Yeah, you and I.
What's up, PNP gang?
Gang on, 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 gang.
On gang.
Before we get into this video, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, comment below.
What you want to comment below though?
Comment below PNP gang, hashtag.
PNP gang. Also, you know, as you can see, this is a story time video. So if y'all have any more things you want to hear about us, any more questions about our life, want us to tell y'all a story, comment below. Give us some ideas. You know, we want to give y'all content y'all want to see. So tell them what we're talking about today. This is her story.
Alright, so okay, we're gonna tell the story because I know I mentioned it or we mentioned it in one of our previous videos. So we're gonna be talking about my car accident because I feel like it's one of the most tragic things that I went through in my life, as far as like physically went through alone. And I just kind of want to share my story with y'all, how everything happened. So last year, it was May.
Well, first of all, let's tell them whose car it was.
Okay, I'm gonna get into it. About to get into it. So last year it was May of 2017. I think it was 2017.
What?
I meant May 17th, 2000. It was either May 17th or May 19th. It was May 17th because I remember May 19th was the day that we got our cars. I was driving his car.
So first of all, let me break this down. I got a 2020 car, brand new car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, brand new.
He let me use it.
I let her use it. I only had, when I got it, it had 0 miles.
Yeah.
So when she got in the accident, guess how many miles it had? I'm gonna let y'all guess.
It had like 1,000 miles on it.
Girl, I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna let y'all guess in your head. How many miles did this had? So 2020. It had 2,200 miles on it. No, it had like, no, let's not even say that.
Yeah, because remember, you went out of town with it. Didn't you go get Mason?
I had went out of town with it, so it had like 2,200 miles on it. Like I made like at least one trip with it. So just so y'all know, it's a brand new car. Just so y'all understand. All right, go ahead, tell them.
Okay, so basically, I was driving right, and then I'm gonna explain to y'all how the car accident happened. I really don't know how it happened because the way I'm gonna insert some clips of the actual car, and then
we're gonna put some pictures of the car so you can see what it looked like. Okay.
So I'm driving up right. It's an intersection. I didn't know it was an intersection. I was on the south side, so I'm driving up right. No stop sign. I put it on my mama. There was no stop sign right there. I looked. I'm very good at, you know, making my pauses, making my stops, but it was just like no stop sign. So when I came to a small brief stop though, just because I knew that I was at an intersection. So I came to like a brief stop, and then I proceeded to just drive across the street, the interstate. Next thing you know, boom! So I got hit from the back passenger side. From the back right passenger side. Car spun around. I'm in the car like screaming, and I'm just yelling and stuff like that, and I'm just scared for my life, y'all. It was just the end. I just knew it was just it. And so I got hit again. I got struck twice. I don't know how that happened. Nobody can explain. By the same car got struck twice. So I'm in the middle of the intersection. Airbags are blown up all in front of me, everywhere. I couldn't see anything. And so next thing you know, somebody's opening the car to get me out. But at that time, I was still sitting in the car for a minute, like sitting there like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I'm panicking, panic mode. I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh Yahweh, yeah. I'm just like in like panicking. So,
well, first of all, I want to add one thing. There was a stop sign, right? There was a stop sign. I'm gonna tell you, the stop sign was bent.
It wasn't visible.
So someone may have hit it. Someone else hit that stop sign, or something hit that stop sign. Yeah. So, because I seen it not too long after that.
Because we drove back to it.
Because we drove back to the spot where it happened, and the stop sign was bent. So it looked like it was a stop sign for the other direction.
Other direction, exactly. So I thought they had the stop sign.
They were gonna stop.
Exactly.
The car was coming up. She thought it was gonna.
I thought it was their turn to stop. Right.
Because it was like a four-way.
It was a four-way.
A four-way stop. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a four-way stop. It was a road with a stop sign going when you're pulling up to the road. She thought it was a four-way stop. In other words, she thought she could drive, and she thought they had to stop because the stop sign was bent in a way where it was confusing if you weren't really paying attention. You know what I'm saying? It was early in the morning. Man, this is like 9 in the morning.
It was 10 in the morning. It was 10 in the morning.
It was 10 in the morning. She was up early doing what she had to do. I was asleep. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm in the car, whatever. I hear ambulance come. I hear people outside talking. Mind you, I can't see nothing because the way the airbags busted, it was the windows, everything. I was just blocked in the car with airbags just surrounding my whole body. And so like
2020s, they had
extra airbags. It was extra secure in that car. That car saved my life. And so like next thing you know, like I said, I'm hearing police sirens, and I'm the only thing I'm thinking of is to call him. I didn't want to call my mom. Because I don't like worrying my family because they have really bad nerves. And then like once my mom starts getting all crazy, then it's my grandmother, and she's old in age, and when she gets like, you know, worried, her heart rate goes up, and it's just I didn't want to cause that trouble on nobody.
Right. Yeah,
so I called him first. He was sleeping, and I'm like, babe, I just got into an accident. I'm panicking on the phone like, babe. So yeah, I call him on the phone, and I'm just like crying hysterically. I'm like, babe, I just got into an accident. I was like, babe, the whole car is total, babe.
When she called me, okay, I was asleep. I thought she was joking. We were already doing the YouTube.
No, we weren't.
We weren't doing the YouTube, huh?
No, we wasn't. This was last year, May. We didn't start our channel until July of last year. Or June of last year. I'm hurt. I didn't even know where I was hurt at. He was just like, oh my God.
No, I was asleep, so I thought, like I said, I thought she was just playing. We weren't doing YouTube yet. We weren't doing YouTube yet, but I still thought we'd be playing. We always played around a lot.
Yeah.
We always played around a lot with stuff and just trying to like mess with each other. That's why the YouTube thing was so natural. We would already naturally prank each other just in different ways without a camera on. Anyway. Just playing. I always tell her stupid stuff to make her every day.
He does it to me every day.
I wish we were.
And I really don't believe it.
I be making her like believe all this stupid stuff every day.
Literally, he's always pranking me in the smallest ways.
And I've been doing that. I do it to everybody. It's just how I am. I always just say the stupidest off the wall stuff.
And you be believing it. Oh yeah, for real.
I be saying it like I'm dead serious. And people like believe me. And then I'll let everybody believe it for a second. I'm just kidding. Like really? You really think that? Like. You know what I'm saying? So I thought she was just playing with me. You know what I mean? So my first reaction is like, man, stop playing. I'm 10 in the morning, and so I was asleep. It was 10 in the morning. I wasn't awake. So she's calling me. I'm trying to wake up. I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And then I guess if she was telling the truth, she wasn't lying. I mean, I really didn't believe her for a good minute. I'm like, yo, stop playing. Like, saying she completely totaled the car.
And then I told her, and then because the lady, it was people helping me out the car while I'm on the phone with him. Right. The phone card was going off. Immediately when the accident happened, the phone in the car, because he had like OnStar or something like that. Right. The emergency phone called the car, and I'm trying to talk to him and talk to the people in the car. The lady's like, "Are you okay?"
I heard all.
Yeah, he heard all. And she was like, and the lady was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I was like, "I don't know." And I'm just crying. I was just like, I don't know if I'm okay. I don't know. Like,
right. It was
and
crazy.
So somebody was trying to help me out the car. I don't know if it was a police officer or something like that. And they were telling me that my foot was broken. All I know, no, this was before she told me that. All I know is I looked down and I saw my foot, blood was everywhere. I was like, my foot is broke. I said, my foot is bleeding. I'm bleeding. He was like, oh my God. Like, he was just tripping. Like, after I told him I was bleeding, I told you I was bleeding. Yeah. And you was like, oh my God. I'm like, babe, call my mom. Like.
Because at the time, we only had one car, right? So that was the only car we had.
No, we had 2 cars, didn't we? We both had got cars. Remember?
No.
I took my car back.
Yeah.
We both had got brand new cars, but I took my car back to the dealership. I was using his car.
She didn't like her car, so she was about to get a different car. So she was in between. Like, we had 2 cars, but she had just took hers back.
I took mine back.
She only had it for a short time. She took it back. So
we only had his car.
So we only had my car. So when she wrecked the car, I couldn't get to her right away. You know, and at the time, I didn't really call Ubers and nothing. I don't know. Like, I still don't. I'm not really like, I always have a car, so Uber. I'm not really like a Uber everywhere type of person.
I feel weak just thinking about it.
So I didn't even just call Uber. I'm like, how am I gonna, you know, I called her mom. You know what I'm saying? I remember what I did. I called her mom.
I told him to call my mom.
And, you know, she was like, oh.
Because I didn't want to call her because I was just so hysterical. I was like, still like, you know,
she was dealing with the ambulance
and stuff like that. And I didn't want my mom to hear none of that. I didn't want her to hear me crying. I didn't want her to hear none of that stuff because that would have just made her just freak out too. So I was just like, okay, let me just tell D-Flo to call her, tell her, you know. So he went over there, called an Uber to my mom's house, and my mom and them met. I didn't even know what hospital I was going to, nothing. I was like, babe, just look at my location, because I didn't even know. At that point, I was like, where am I? I don't know. And so I was like, look at my location or whatever. And so
I seen she was going towards Grady.
Right, Grady, the worst hospital.
There's only one hospital that's like really right there downtown that they would take you to, like a trauma. It's like one of the biggest trauma hospitals in the country. So if she was heading towards Grady, I already knew where she was going. So, you know, me and her mom, we you know, actually, yeah. So her what was it? Her mom's neighbor.
Yeah.
Her mom's
Miss
neighbor.
Alice took y'all.
Yeah, she ended up taking us over there, dropped us off. And I mean, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. Like, when I got
crazy. It was scary. It was really scary. I didn't know what to think. So when I got out the car, the people, they got me out of the car. Everybody was looking like, it was so many people surrounding the car looking like, wow, she made it out. I heard people like saying it under the, like whispering, like talking to each other, like, wow, she made it out of that. She made it out. Wow. And so I hadn't even really knew what the car looked like on the outside. I just knew that it was total. So when a police officer, she came and she helped me because I couldn't walk, and she made me put my arm around her so that way she could support me walking. And she was talking to like the ambulance people. She was like, yeah, I think she has a broken foot. It looks broken. And I was like, oh my god, I got a broken foot, no! Like, I'm screaming like at these people, like, I got a broken foot, no. And so I'm looking, as I'm getting out the car, I'm looking around. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, because I know I'm not in the wrong. I'm trying to immediately like think like, I'm not in the wrong. I'm not in the wrong. I know I didn't do nothing wrong. And I'm freaking out. So like, I'm looking. There was another girl standing there with me. I'm like, do you see a stop sign? Do you see it? Do you see it? So I'm freaking out even more. I'm like, do you see a stop sign? Do you please tell me you see a stop sign? Please tell me you don't see it. She was like, there is a stop sign. I'm like, where is it? Where's the stop sign? There was no. I still could not find a stop sign. So I'm inside the ambulance.
It was there.
They was like, just calm down. Don't worry about it.
And she didn't hit it. She didn't hit it.
Right.
Someone else hit it.
Right. And so the air was like, just calm down, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. So they put me in the ambulance, they get my information, blah blah, police come or whatever, all this stuff going on. They trying to see what's going on with my foot. I'm just bleeding, bleeding all over my Gucci slides, just bleeding. And so the police officer came, and he got my ID, gave it back to me or whatever like that. And then I think the police officer met us at the hospital. So they take me to the hospital, took me a little ride to the hospital or whatever. And I'm sitting on the stretcher. That's when him and my mom came. When I saw my mom, I just died crying. And I was hugging her and stuff like that.
Because they only let her go back.
They only let one person go back.
And this is before the virus, so you know, it was all different back then.
And so the police officer came. When he came, I think he came after my mom. He gave me a ticket or whatever, and he was like, you know what? He's like, we had like 3 other accidents. He's like, you're like my 4th accident at that same intersection. He was like, for some reason people don't see that stop sign. It's just, for some reason it's just not visible. He was like, it happened so many times. I'm like, so how is that my fault? Like, y'all know that it's a problem. Like, what in the world? So he just gave me the ticket. He was a really nice officer. I had my court date. Officer didn't show up. They threw my ticket completely out. I didn't have to pay nothing. My insurance didn't go up. The accident is nowhere on my record. So, you know, I'm really blessed for that.
Wow. I didn't even realize that it went down like that. I remember we went to court, though. I remember we showed up to court. Yeah. But I didn't go inside.
Yeah, you did, I think.
Okay, I did go inside. That's right, he didn't show up. I do. Okay, I remember now.
Because Mason was with us too.
Yeah, I do remember now. That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't show up. The judge, when I went up to the judge, they were just like, well, they was like, your case is dismissed pretty much. They were really nice about it. But overall, the situation was very scary, very traumatizing. Like, even now when I'm driving in cars, I'm very paranoid. Like I said, when I say I don't drive my car, that's why I say I don't drive my car, because I don't. I got literally 2 days after the accident, I got the car that I wanted, which was the Mercedes.
We already had it lined up for her to get.
Yeah, to get a new car, because I
already had my car.
He had his car, which was totaled. He got this car got totaled.
Now y'all gonna see the pictures. When we say this is totaled, it is completely Total.
And then I got on my foot. I don't know if you guys can see it right here. This is where I had stitches at on my foot. It was busted open. Luckily, my foot was not broken. It was just that I had a what they call it? I got what they call it?
Lacerations.
Yeah. So like my foot got cut open. I had bruises I just had bruises on my ribs. I still got scratches on my legs from it. Just a bunch of little scratches and bruises and stuff like that. The bruises were really bad.
I mean, it was
the
bad.
bruising was bad in here because it was in my rib cage because it's where the seatbelt tightened up. So it was really bad in here. Really bad in here.
Yeah. But I mean, it was bad, quote unquote, but it could have been a lot
so much worse.
If you see the car, I mean, luckily that car was a safe car. That was a safe car, you know what I'm saying? Like if I would have kept my original car that they gave me, and she was driving that one,
I wouldn't have been here. No way. There was no way because that
car was a small car.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was a smaller car.
At the time, we were just trying to get us some cars. We already had some cars. We were trying to get some new cars. You know, the crazy thing is, the car I was trying to get, and for some reason I couldn't get it or whatever reason, like they didn't have it or whatever. But the car I really wanted, I ended up getting after the accident. So I ended up getting the car I actually wanted. The insurance company, oddly, they ended up paying off the total car. I don't know how that happened, but that worked out in our favor too. They ended up paying that off. And then he was able to get a new car. I was able to get the car that I wanted. Yeah, they completely paid it off.
They completely paid it off.
And
that was crazy.
So it worked out in that way.
So this, like, I don't know, man. For days, I think I might have went into like a dark stage. Like, I don't want to really say depressed, but I really was like, in a different world for a minute. Like, it was just like, man, like I got a second chance at life because I could have died. All I could think about was my children, like getting home to them. Like it was just being in that hospital, like being in that car, even the Uber ride home. I was just paranoid. Like I was in so much pain, man. Like it was just crazy. It was crazy.
Cause I think I stayed with her, you know. Her mom ended up going back home. I stayed with her in the hospital.
Yeah, he stayed with me. He stayed with me when I got my
until
stitches.
They released her. Yeah, I stayed with her the whole time. They released her. We took the Uber home. We didn't have no car for a minute, and then we
for them 2 days we didn't have a car. It was
literally 2 days. She got her car, and
I got my car that Monday.
I went ahead and got one too at the same place she did.
At the same place. He got his the day after mine.
Yeah, it was a different place. So I was like, all right, let's lost my car. I ended up getting the car I wanted at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now I want something new. You know what I mean? But no, I still love my car. It's crazy. I mean, how things happen, but. I mean, like she said, she got another chance because when you see the pictures, you'll think like, wow, like you will see accidents with the cars looking like this, where no one survived in that car. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one of those situations.
And I'm still trying to figure out how that accident happened. It was like I got hit twice, but how did I get hit twice? I got hit on the passenger side and I got hit from the front. So
there's only one car and there was no poles and nothing involved. So
I'm trying to figure out how that happened. If y'all look at the picture, tell me how y'all think this happened. I got hit from the back side. And the front. The front was completely messed up.
Somehow she got hit in a way where she spun around and he must have spun around. And maybe the back of the truck might have hit the other side. The front end. She got hit with the front and the back of the truck or something like that. I don't know. See, I don't know.
I was so scared.
I didn't see it. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to make sense of. I kept thinking different possibilities.
And y'all, let me tell y'all what's really, really crazy about this whole thing. Literally a week before, and I think I told D-Flo this dream. I had a dream that I was gonna get into a car accident, and he was sleeping. He was in the car with me, but he was sleeping. I was driving. He was sleeping with his seat leaned back. Right? This was my dream. And after I had that dream, I just prayed, and I was just like, you know, I prayed that my children were not in the car when this accident happened, because I just had a strong feeling that I was just gonna get into an accident. I don't know. The dream came to me, and I just prayed that my children were in the car, and that's exactly what happened. I got into an accident and my children weren't in the car, because I was like, whatever y'all was trying to tell me, whatever's going on right now, if this is my wake-up call, I don't know what it is, but please just don't allow my children to be in the car with me when this happens. And I'll just take it. I'll take whatever it is that you're doing to me, whatever this is, I'll take it. Just please don't let my children be in the car. And they weren't. And so I'm really thankful for that. I'm really thankful for my life. I'm really thankful that, you know, I came out with just one scratch, because literally a month after that I had a show. I had a big show on it was like a concert that I had, and I was able to perform
at a big venue.
At a big venue. I was able to perform. I had people that came from out of town to see me, like, so So it was something that really.
We actually have footage of that. So I performed as well.
Yeah.
We have footage of that. So maybe we'll do a video about that. Let y'all see that. She was hurt.
I was hurt.
Still, she had dancers. She was dancing. She had a whole routine. She had a choreographer.
Shout out to King, the choreographer.
Most of these girls is average, and me and my girls be the best. Pretty girl gang. All of my girls they with me. Got a couple of girls they with me. Don't come for me unless you see me. They don't wanna do it like me. Maybe I can party all up in my face. No time for fake love in my space. Only the real kid of me celebrate. Oh, pretty girls gang.
Choreographed all my songs. Well,
The whole set.
the whole set he did it. Yeah.
And she did that while hurt.
Yeah, I did it while I hurt with stitches in my foot. Like, I know everybody was kind of like, what?
We've always been hard workers in everything we do, you know what I'm saying? YouTube was just another avenue that we're doing. But yeah, but just back to what we were saying, like it was a crazy, like I was definitely like, when I realized what was going on, I was definitely worried, you know what I'm saying? At first, like I said,
and he hadn't seen the car.
I hadn't seen the car.
He hadn't seen the car. I took pictures of it and I sent it to them. But when we went to the impound and saw it,
yeah,
it was a whole different.
The pictures she took,
the pictures didn't.
It wasn't, you know, whatever angle it was or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I couldn't really tell.
Because I think I had the officer take pictures for me. I was like, I gave him my phone. I was like, can you go out there and take some pictures of the car for me so I can send to my family?
And the angle that they took it from, you couldn't really see it like that.
Right.
But when we went to the impound, they had to go, you know, whenever you get your car towed, you have to go to the impound, sign papers and all that stuff. And it has to do with the insurance. We went to the impound and you can grab whatever you want out the car. Like, I saw it and I was like, wow.
Ain't no way.
I said, this car is completely smashed up, you know what I'm saying? Like, real bad.
I couldn't believe I was in that.
Way more than I would have expected. We have a video we took. I'll see if I can find it. We'll try to snip it in this video right here. As you can see a video, we actually just walked around the car. I remember the kids were with us and they were like, wow, like, you know, it was intense, you know. And I'm definitely, you know, I feel like it was a blessing, you know what I'm saying? If something would have happened to her that day, I would have definitely felt so bad. You know, I thought about that so many times, about how that could have went wrong, could have been different. She could have got hurt, way worse, maybe, who knows, you know what I'm saying? Could have died in that accident, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a blessing, because that would have definitely messed me up. I was here sleeping, the girls were sleeping, we were all sleeping, you know what I'm saying? If we would have had to wake up to that news and have to tell the girls what happens, oh, just imagine.
Yeah, because the girls were with my mom.
They with your mom?
Yeah, remember, she took them to the aquarium. She had took them to the aquarium just to kind of get, you know, she wanted. That's right.
I was here alone.
My mom wanted my girls, she wanted that day to feel normal. She didn't want anything to be, oh God, she didn't want my girls to have to worry about me.
Because I remember when I jumped in the Uber, I didn't have the girls with me.
No, the girls stayed, remember this is what happened. I was already at my Ima's house. I was at my Ima's house with the girls. For some reason you were here and I had your car. I'm trying to figure out what happens that night.
You must have left early in the morning.
I left my Ima's house early in the morning because I spent the night there.
So I was here with you at my car? That's crazy. Like, when I realized it was real, I was like, yo, I started freaking out, like, oh shit, what's going on? Like, what happened? Like, when I heard the OnStar come on, because at first I'm like, man, you stop playing, man. You over here.
You like, why would you wake me up with this?
You waking me up with this games. It's early in the morning. Like, to me, it's 10 in the morning. It's kind of early.
And then when that lady came on that phone,
when I heard the OnStar come on, hello, are you okay? And she started saying, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, who's that? So who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? She's like, that's and then she's talking to the ladies, so I'm just listening to the conversation. That's why I realized, okay, she's not kidding. You You know, and that's when I started hearing people walking up and trying to get out in the door. I'm on the phone the whole time because the car was still on, right, at the time. You called me from the car.
And the lady was like, hurry up, get out of the car. She was trying to hurry up and get me out. She was like, because it's smoking. You know, usually sometimes when that happens, the car will blow up. Because the contents of the car were exposed. Like the front, like the engine, all that was exposed. You could see that. And it was smoking. So she was like, they were trying to hurry up and get me out of the car. Like, hurry up, let's get out of the car because it's smoking.
But you couldn't really open the door like that. Because you know when stuff gets crushed in, it's kind of hard to open the doors. If you're in a car accident, sometimes you can't open the door. So in this case, she was able to open the door, you know what I'm saying, but not by herself. Someone had to help her, so it was smoking. So I'm hearing all this going on. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But you know, we don't want to, you know, talk y'all's ear off about this. But you know, I definitely feel like it was a blessing. It could have been worse.
Definitely a blessing.
It could have been worse. You know, it would have crushed me if something were to happen. And you know, we're here today. She's here today. You know, see what we got going. We appreciate the support. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. There's so many things we had to go through to be right here, right now. We'll let y'all know about more experiences we had. We don't do a lot of story time videos, but we'll do more. If you want us to do more, comment below. Let us know. We'll do more. But yeah, that was definitely a crazy experience right there. It ended up working out. You know, we got new cars.
We both got the cars we wanted.
So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just an experience, you know. Just what you could take from this is just drive safe.
Yeah,
man.
please drive safe.
Pay attention.
Wear your seat
you know,
belts.
sometimes we get comfortable and you know, in Georgia you can't use your phone. I'm not saying she was on her phone.
I wasn't on my phone.
I'm not saying she was, but I'm just saying, like, for anybody else who does, like, in Georgia we don't use our phone while we drive because it's illegal, but a lot of states it's still legal. Like, just be cautious, you know, we're on your phone driving, you know what I'm saying? It's dangerous, you know what I mean? It's life or death. We learn, you know. I've been in some accidents too, and I'll probably go into some. I've been in several accidents, so I'll probably do a video talking about that later, but I'm gonna do post notification shout out before we get out of here. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, comment below, let us know. Watch our videos to the end because if you didn't know, we do post notification shout out. So, you know what I mean, at the end of the video, we could have shouting you out, you know. Appreciate the love. Have we done this before?
KC Lampkin.
Shout out to KC Lampkin.
KC Lampkin. They said, girl, this was too funny. You was running Reggie hot. Flo. Laughed my ass off. That was a good prank. Team Princess. Hey, okay. Cause y'all know the princess.
Appreciate the love. We've seen a lot of new people comment, so that's real. We have make sure y'all leave comments. It means a lot to us. Let us know how you feel about the videos. Give us suggestions. We back tomorrow for it on the video. On gang.
You and I, we are fly. When we're together, it's forever. It's a fact. Don't care what they say.
Don't care what they say.
I love you anyway.
I love you anyway. You're my best friend. I put that on 10. The one I want and the one I need. I'ma ride to the end.
Till the end.
They don't understand.